viewers and the after viewers. I see. I be seeing them. Shout out to the OBZ if you haven't subscribed to him already. I don't know what it is you're doing with your life, but clearly you don't want to be successful. So if you don't subscribe to him, you will be unsuccessful. On this point, I mean, what I said has some truth for sure. But today we're going to talk about books that saved my soul. On my soul. Whenever this loads. Whoa. What books changed your life? Penny. Boom, boom, pow. Yo, shout out to being able to look at your chat from your phone or your computer. You dig, dog? Mm-hmm. Dot, dot, dot. Boom. So, today is going to be a long day. No, it's not. It's not going to be a long day. I know it's not going to be a long day. It's going to feel like it's going to be a long day, but in all actuality, it's actually a fairly easy day because today is technically my Friday. And I love that for me because I've had a rough week, bars. But overall, I want to put out a gentle reminder. Again, this is for incoming viewers and the after viewers. Make sure you guys subscribe. That's the bare minimum of what you can do to truly help me reach all of my goals. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Like the video. Give it a smackaroony thumbs up. Hello from Canada. What's going on, Jack? You're so gorgeous. Thank you, Blueberry Girl. Hey, what's up, girly? Hey, how are you? So, I want to really dive into some books, and these are books that I'm still reading or working in, and there will be book talks for sure. Where are you from? I am from Miami. I'm from Miami. Sorry. Should have answered that more clearly. But these books that I'm getting ready to talk about and really dive in, I'm going to eventually make book talk videos on the Nelly Drayton Show Patreon page and really just explain in so much detail, but in such a short amount of time. Because I don't like my videos to be too long because then that means more editing for me, right? So I'm going to try my best to make it short, sweet, and to the point for those who want to really take notes on how books really do change your perspective and the lessons that you get from them as well. Hi, girl. Good night. Is it nighttime where you're at? Hi, beautiful babe. Hello. But just make sure you guys answer the poll so that I can get a good idea of the people that are coming in the live stream and who actually read books versus those who don't. For those who are gamers, I have a whole unique world that you can go visit. Right here on the YouTube page or Twitch. You are more than welcome to hang out with me on Twitch or YouTube when I go live and play some games. I know I have not been playing any games the last couple of live streams. I know that I haven't. Expedition 33 has me in a chokehold. It just does. I don't know how else to explain it. Expedition 33 has me in an unnecessary chokehold. My emotions are all over the place. So I've decided Today's Thursday. So I've decided that either tomorrow or Saturday, which more than likely Saturday because Saturday's the schedule, the main schedule for the stream for the YouTube channel. Saturday, I'm probably going to go live and play South of Midnight again because I didn't get to really immerse in the story because, hello, what do I love? Books. And so South of Midnight has that type of pull to it. It's very creative and unique. How old are you? I'm not telling you. Hello, James. How are you? Killer smile. Thank you. When did I smile? I don't even remember. But regardless of which, for sure, if you want to hang out with me, please subscribe. Please. No, do it. It's really very simple. Subscribe. And you can join me on Saturday at 2 o'clock when I play South of Midnight again. If you've heard of the game, cool. If you haven't, cool. Either way it goes, you can still join me and get that interaction. And I'm going to play it more with the story because I really want to play for the story. I was a little bit discombobulated because of the fighting, just a little, and the chase scene, but I'm going to choose, I think you can choose the easiest difficulty so that way it's mainly story, which I love. So basically today, what we're going to be talking about, books. I know I feel like that's all I talk about nowadays, but it's because these books literally changed my life. The books that I'm going to show you guys, they literally saved my soul. And I'm going to explain why. It's really, really very simple. I changed the way I think. That's it. That's really what it did. I changed the way I think because of these books. So you read the Bible. Nice, nice, nice. I got into a fight and she passed out. What? Why? Why? Dune is my favorite fiction, or the Halo books. The Halo books, like those Halo that's related to the game Halo. All heroes wear capes, mine wore a crown. Aw, is that a book, or are you just being poetic in the chat, which I would still love either way? Because she kept on messing with me, so I kicked her to the... Okay, well, I'm gonna need for you to go to therapy and talk with your therapist about that. Or if you don't believe in therapy, which is fine, it's your life, find a friend that's close by that can help you with that, because I cannot. Yeah, the game. Okay, see, I like that. I like that you read those books because you understand what I'm about to say next. When I discovered that Gears, I don't know if you guys heard of the game Gears of War. When I discovered that Gears, there's a whole comic book that tells a story about everything. I was kind of, I don't know how to explain it. I just was not okay because I'm over here crying about what happens in Gears 3. Is it Gears 3 or 2? I'm not going to say what happens because if you don't know what happens but you want to find out, I'm not going to spoil it. But I find out something really sad. It made me very sad. Very, very sad. Like tears, all of that. And child, it was already in the comic books. I had no idea. I had no idea. It's Jesus. He died for with the crown. I love that. Contact, Harvest, and the Flood are good ones to start with. Is that McLovin Mods? Is that related to Halo? Mona, you're putting the cry emoji. Do you draw like art or anime? It's crazy that you're asking that. I'm in Blender. I'll just say that. And Procreate. I'm not going to say what I do because I'm still learning. So I'm still in the beginning phases and stages of it. But that's what I do. I love you voice. Your voice. Thank you, James. So with that being said, can I talk about these books real quick that I have? These babies right here. Y'all see that? I talked about 2 out of the 4 in previous live streams if you go check that out. But I'm going to start with The Creative Act, A Way of Being. I'm always in love with the black. Can you tell I like black? I don't know. By Rick Rubin. Dun, dun, dun. So basically, something that I really wanted to touch on that honestly helped me with changing the way that I think. There's a part in the book, there's a couple of things I have sticky notes. Oh no, I lost my bookmark. Boom. I use Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Probably shouldn't tell nobody that. Just act like you didn't see me do that, okay? Can you guys promise that you're going to act like you didn't see that? Sometimes I let things out and I probably shouldn't have. I don't remember what chapter I'm on now. Is it self-doubt? Crafting? No. I'll figure that out later. I'll remember. Do you need any help with anatomy? No, thank you. Yeah, those are Halo books. Okay, cool. Really easy read with short chapters so you feel accomplished reading them. Love that. Love that you pointed that out too. Because I just read my first two mangas. I finally finished A Sign of Affection. And I already finished a well-known YouTuber, his manga Monsters We Make. And I already did a book talk about that. But I'm going to do my next book talk, A Sign of Affection. And it was so good. I just love the colors too. Like the way she illustrates colors with the whole story is so cool. But something that I wanted to point out in The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. Two things, actually. Look for what you notice, but no one else sees. Dun, dun, dun. No, I'm just playing. I put my sticky note there sometimes I let people borrow my book, so I don't try to, highlight. But sometimes I be wanting to write in here. Obviously, I shouldn't. But I'd be like, this is it. This is the message we've been looking for, But I subscribe to your channel, ma'am. Thank you for WizKid. Lawrence, Nelly, hi. Hi. Hello. Are you a day trader? How about we do some overnight trading? No. No, ma'am. No ham, no turkey. Can you tell me? I'm scrolling up. I be forgetting to read the chat sometimes because I got it pulled up on my computer while I'm on my phone. Can you tell me happy early birthday? It's July 20th. I can't say my age, and I asked someone to tell me it, and he didn't believe me. On God, it's going to be my birthday, and that guy was being mean to me. I just did by reading the chat. That was me saying it. No, that's dope. What you mean, McLovin Mods? What was dope? Hello. Hi. Can you sing? Does it sound like I can sing? I can't sing. There you go. But anyway, so look for what you notice, but no one else sees. Does anybody know? Can anybody say what that means to them? Just like knowing those words are put together in a sentence. Look for what you notice, but no one else sees. That's real. Another thing that I really liked in this book, just during my in a way, I kind of study the books that I read. And I know that's not, when you read a book, you read it, but I really and truly, I study. Like you're going to see with these other ones, like there's always like a little sticky note in there. There's sticky notes that be hanging out. And then in the last book, you'll really see it. Well, I get to write in that one, so you'll get to see it. But something that I've heard, but I've forgotten for years. I don't even know if it's a quote somewhere. I don't remember if it is a quote anywhere, but it says, you can't step into the same stream twice because it's always flowing. And I like that so much. It says, reread the same book over and over, and we'll likely find new themes, undercurrents, details, and connections. And stuff like that really touches my soul. We move through different moods, thoughts, and unconscious processes. The cells in our body die and regenerate. No one is the same person all day long. The person who makes something today isn't the same person who returns to the work tomorrow. Ooh, thank you for all the hundreds in the chat. That right there, my eyes got so watery when I was reading that again. My eyes got so watery because I was like, I sometimes struggle with imposter syndrome, just a smidge, just a little. And I was thinking about how when I come back to videos that I'm editing back here in the vault, I really don't understand how I continue on editing when my mind changes so much the way it does. It's crazy. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe. Can you try like singing Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo? I can't sing. I don't know why you guys. I intended on trolling you, but honestly, that quote is GOAT. Oh, I see what you said. You seem smart, but how do I know? You talk too much, though. That's cute. Love that. Do the roar. You guys aren't paying attention to the books that I'm talking about. And making me laugh is not a good thing because then I think about the scene if it's related to a movie or a show. And I just thought of Shrek when you said that. That's not cool. You're distracting me. Can you give me a shout out? I made 2 accounts to sub to you. Mona? Can you sing happy birthday to me? I have cancer. I can't sing. The card as the bookmark is dope. Oh, McLevin mods. Well, thank you. You want to see who the Yu-Gi-Oh character is? I don't know who this is. Please don't judge me for not knowing. This was my bookmark. Can you see it? Probably not. It's probably all not okay. I hate when people do that. They'll be like, can you see it? Did you see it? Ah, like crazy. Okay. Hey, Ashish. Love you, boo. Oh, got love for you too. I'll be respectful now since you're actually smart. It's pronounced Muna. Thank you for telling me how to pronounce it because I do not like mispronouncing things. So thank you for that. What is the name of the book? Since you're being nice, Gorgon. It's called The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. It's really good. I don't remember how much it cost, but whatever it cost, it was worth it because I bought it. But all books are worth the price, honestly. Something else, I recently picked this up, and this is not a good thing because that means that I'm reading a new book when I have 12 other books that I'm supposed to be reading. So this is one that I had in my Amazon cart, but I finally found it in the store. Love that. Because then I can actually look at it, hold it, touch it. You know, feels more real. Don't believe everything you think. And this is by Joseph. Do not know how to pronounce his last name. And I'm not going to try because that would be disrespectful. But this is by Joseph. So the thing is, why you're thinking is the beginning and end of suffering. So something I already found in the beginning. Oh, look. Pokemon card is a bookmark. What's up, pretty? What's the live topic? We're talking about books. I pinned my chat, so hopefully, can you guys still see my pinned chat? What books changed your life? We're talking about books that saved my soul. Even though I just bought this, it low-key's already still saving my soul. Make sure you hit the like button, please. Please and thank you all. There's something in here I had to put a sticky note next to. Many who discover the truth describe the feeling as a resonance in your heart and a sense of alignment and harmony with who you truly are. It is an experience of peace and liberation. They say it's the most unfamiliar feeling, like you're finally home. It is the feeling of discovery that which you already know. I haven't even gotten to the thick parts of the pages of the book. And Joseph was spitting heavy bars on page 6. Why? Why is he spitting heavy bars in the beginning phases? Hello, Mr. Peel. Let me go back up. Your hair is fire. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Dude, someone said, "Are you pregnant?" Like, girly pop. Oh, I don't know why they. You know how bots are. You know how they are. Come on now. It's 2025. If you don't know how bots operate and how to just coast through life when they show up in the chat, I don't know what to tell you. We all know. Those who come in on my live stream and they get their blankets and sit down, grab a snack and talk with me, they know the bots be coming. And what do? I'm just saying, we still stick to the program. You know what I mean? So this is another book. Done. Bought it. What do you mean? What you mean by that, Gorgon? You already bought the book like off of Amazon? Are you in the store? Don't tell us your location. People might try to find you, and you know how quick the internet gets weird. You already know. Lovely nails. Oh, thank you, Eric. You are too kind. I literally just painted them today. I like chocolate brown colors. That's why I like my locks being this brown. My locks are black in the back, though. See, I got the peekaboo. Was that what it's called? When people get like a color in the back and then the rest in the front. Is that what it's called? Peekaboo? I don't know. Someone told me that. You got the peekaboo. And I was like, all right, yeah, sure, we'll go with that. See? Ta-da! Remember me. The gritty. Are you asking if I remember you? That's crazy. I don't know. I don't remember. I apologize if I don't remember you. What are some things that you said in the previous live stream? If you said some nice things, I'll more than likely remember you, especially if you really engaged. $16 ain't bad. Really? The Creative Act by Rick Rubin is $16 on Amazon? I admire your self-confidence. Oh, thank you, Eric. You're being very kind. That's crazy if it's really $16. That is crazy. Look, now you got me ready to look it up. Because I'm like, how much should I pay for it? And how much should I pay for it? Did you just pay for $16? And I just... Oh, snap. I'm not even finished with it. But look, there's pages that you can write in the back. I love when authors do that, man. Because you guess what I'm going to do? You see, there's pages in the back. And I'm with all that. Uh-oh. Not everyone memorable. It's not even that. Remember when I said all heroes wear capes? Mine wore a crown. Oh, did you say that earlier? Oh, you sure did. You sure did. My apologies. I thought you were asking as if you were talking about a previous live stream. My bad. And also, please be mindful that when there's a lot of chats going on, I'm trying to, talk with people. So if I don't remember you in the moment, it's okay. Just be patient with me. Something else that I wanted to talk about that really touched me and had my eyes watering and made me ready to flip tables and just fight demons and go to war, honestly, was something that Dan Coe put in his book, The Art of Focus. Okay. This is something that really and truly, it touched me. I'm trying to see it's another bookmark. I use so many different things for bookmarks. But something that he put in here, he said, the vicious learning process began at the inception of human consciousness and continued for eons until this very moment. Layer after layer, we overloaded our minds, and our minds efficiently store that information. So we have the mental energy to learn more, to aid in our survival. The problem is a lack of questioning, okay? When we are young, we don't know any better. Who is going to ask questions? Who is going to question what they're told when they don't even know what a question is? That right there, because I'll be honest with you guys, for months, years, I oftentimes used to beat myself up for not knowing any better. Your shirt is so cute. Where did you get it from? I got this from putting in time at a job. You can get up through. That's what you can do. But something that really touched me with that was just knowing how much I used to be down on myself. And oftentimes, even my friends, like people that are down on themselves because they don't know any better, or people that I just know in general, right? You walk around, do you ever tell yourself, like, I wish I had known because it would have saved me time. It would have saved me heartache. It would have saved me so much energy if I had known. But sometimes you're not going to know the questions, and that's okay. That is okay. And that is the thing that I struggled with for the longest, is not beating myself up for not knowing the questions to ask, or not knowing what to ask, or not knowing, just not knowing. If you don't know, you can't beat yourself up for not knowing. You're you're going to experience life, and then you're going to figure it out, and you're going to get the answer. For sure. Until then, be patient with yourself. Be mindful that the information is going to come, especially if you're seeking it. And that was something that I struggled with for a very, 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 very long time. Very long time. Lovely rings. Thank you. The corn. Love that for you. Rosie, hi. Hello, hello, hello. I challenge that. I live off the pressure of knowing. Elaborate a little bit. Oh, you said I challenged. Yeah, I challenged that. I live off the pressure of knowing. Elaborate a little bit. Elaborate. What book are you reading? I'm currently reading Dan Coe, The Art of Focus by Dan Coe. Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph. The Creative Act, A Way of Being. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about a book that I've actually been writing in. And this is something for people who love poetry. Healing Through Words by Rupi Kaur. You ever read The Koran? I know I have not. Healing Through Words by Rupi Kaur. This right here, if you love poems, this right here, let me tell you something. The thing I love about this, oh look, I got another Pokemon card in here. Ooh. That was so not it. Okay. So the thing I love about this, shout out to Rupi Kaur. Don't mispronounce her name. She's, of course, a number one New York Times best-selling author. Kudos to that. And you are looking so beautiful. Thank you. Hey, Queen, you dropped this. My crown. Let me pick it back up. Thanks. Thank you. You ever read did I already respond to that? Yeah, I said no. You're really attractive to me, Kareem. Well, I appreciate that very much. You're a beautiful Black woman. I love how you're naturally and speak so well. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. Beautiful nails. Eric, I feel like you've already given me that compliment. Chandra, hey, cutie. Right back to you. So the thing about poetry that I love, I'm going to read this. She put it in here. Love that for her. Poetry is the language of human emotion. It is air and fire and water and soil. Poetry is the breath in our lungs, the sighs, the stutters. Poetry is the first time you fall in love. So true. And it breaks you. Poetry is hunger. The words hanging in the space between mouths right before they kiss. Whoa. The thrill. Poetry is when your stomach is so heavy with butterflies, it drops down to your feet. Poetry is the light you walk away with after digging yourself out of grief. It is long conversations by the ocean. Poetry is winter's first snowfall. The smell of cookies in the oven. Poetry is adult time. How we fight and make up. I forgot she put that in here. The journey, the story, running and laughing, laughing and running. Poetry is the might of one person and the echo of billions. Our survival is poetry. Our lives are poetry, and the final act is writing it down. Rupi Kaur. Healing through words. Hey, cutie. Did I already read that? The Quran has a lot of life lessons. I love that for you. Let me tell you something about Rupi Kaur and her poetry. I won't read what I wrote in here, but I definitely wrote. Okay. I'm in here, you know what I'm saying? I got some things, you know what I'm saying, in here from her. She has exercises, and you are basically following along, kind of getting the rhythm, right? You're trying to understand the rhythm of poetry and how to write it. Okay. I see 25 people in here, but I only have 17 likes. Don't be stingy. And look, even in this, in the beginning, she instructs you to like draw, because in her books, in her poetry books, she has like these sketches. I won't say little. They're like sketches for sure. And so there's exercises, and you set a timer for them. Like for this one, it says set a timer for 10 minutes. Read the prompt and free write your thoughts. The thing I am most scared of people finding out about me is ... I'm not going to read what I put because I feel like I get 1 million subscribers one day. This is going to end up in a edit, and I don't know. I'm overthinking it a little bit, but I don't got time. I don't want them problems. I don't want that. I could see that happening in the future, and I would rather not. Hello, how are you, Diva? I am good. How are you? I cannot pronounce your name, but I know who you are. Yo, your hair looks amazing. Thanks. Appreciate it. What's that? This is Healing Through Words by Rupi Kaur. Hey girl, have you read A Man Called... How do you pronounce that? Why your eye is a little red? I'm tired. Maybe I'm asleep. Hi. Hello. Hello. But something about Healing Through Words by Rupi Kaur it's very magical to me, because you sit and you go through the guidelines and you read her exercises. You get, like in this one, visiting my younger self. There's a couple of words that she puts in there right here, and then you illustrate them in your response. So you set a timer for 20 minutes and begin free writing. If I could visit my younger self, I would go back to the day when, and you have to put all this stuff in here. Isn't that crazy? And it's a book that's going to help you with writing. It's going to help you with publishing a book. It's going to help you with writing your first book of poems. It's going to, if you want to have a book that has poems and some paragraphs, passages, then, that would be, I think it's called a hybrid. I don't remember the specific terminology for it, but it's like a hybrid. So you'll be able to really write and express yourself and kind of go back down memory lane, talk to your younger self and get back in touch with who you are as a person, or at the core of who you are. Because the things that I was talking about on the previous live stream was that when we grow up, whoever it is that is our biggest influence, oftentimes their lens is what we're seeing the world through, basically. So we're seeing the world through the lens of whoever our biggest influence is, whether it's our parents, grandparents, guardian, siblings, aunts, uncles, family members, whoever. And so at some point you get older. And now, if these people, whoever raised you, were not the best, or maybe they tried their best and they think that they tried their best, but in reality it just was not okay, but you still made it, right? Let's just say that you get up one day and you realize their methods of living, their methods of breathing, their methods of just existing does not work anymore. You're trying to be successful, and what mom and pop, grandpa, auntie, uncle, and them taught you, it doesn't work. It don't work no more. So what do? You start to go back to your inner child. You go to the core of who you are. Go to your inner child and talk to him. If you like poetry, YouTube search chapter verse 35. It's better than poetry. That's so smart. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hello, where are you from? We are what we think. If words change our thoughts, then that probably could heal us. Really just being mindful of the words you do take in, because what people say to you, how people talk to you, what you allow people to say to you, how people describe you, how people try to label you, that does a lot right there by itself. And I'm notorious for giving people space in sacred places, or allowing people access to my emotional conversations. Does that make sense? And so when I allow them to do that, guess what happens? They say things that might not be in accordance to who I am at my core. And then guess what it does? It hurts me. I just allowed you in my sensitive, sacred space. And now you're saying hurtful things. You're not being mindful. You're just saying things to be mean. You're projecting. You're trying to label me so that my presence, my personality, my energy makes sense to you. You're being insecure and you can't understand me, so you just got to be mean or negative, yada, yada, yada. I mean, honestly, it just continues to go on and on and on, right? Until you one day realize that this is not going to work. This method of living is not going to work. You may have allowed those types of people, those types of conversations in your life because what? How you grew up. You might have thought that fighting for love is something that you have to do. You got to fight for affection. You got to fight for attention. You got to fight for love. You got to go through all this stuff to get approval from people. In reality, no. You can live in your little corner of the world and you don't have to fight for anything. You can exist and breathe and figure out the life that you want to live specifically for you. What works for you? What helps pay your bills? What helps get you out of bed in the morning? What helps you to be more motivated to take a walk? It's really very simple. But instead we're just bombarded with so much information as kids, teenagers, and then you got the music and the world and everything surrounding it, and you're just like, which way am I supposed to go again? Because I was going this way for a little bit, and then I was getting pulled this way. Now I don't know anymore. Now I don't even know. So that's why I brought these books up. The Art of Focus, again, by Dan Coe. This one is basically finding meaning, reinvent yourself, and create your ideal future. And what it has done for me so far is it made me rethink everything and question everything. Because what works for you might not work for me. But you have to be okay with that. In what world is it okay to want everybody to be on the same path, the same thought process, the same mindset? It's not ever going to be a thing. We all think differently because we were raised differently. We all react differently because we were raised differently. We were trained up by our, again, circle of influence. And so we have what? What do we have left for ourselves? So really and truly, thanks for your beautiful. You keep talking about my nails. Imagine what? No. You're saying lyrics. Okay. Well, regardless of which, that is the books. That is all the books that I wanted to talk about. The Art of Focus. Don't believe everything you think. The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. And something that I'm working in while I'm reading these books, Healing Through Words by Rupi Kaur. The best part about these books is that for the longest, I have struggled with trying to figure out my voice and figure out who I am and trying to make sure that everything that I do and everything that I say really reflects how I feel and not what other people said and, their opinions and all of that stuff. And so reading these books really have saved my soul because everybody will tell you how you should think, how you should feel, but you have to live with it. At the end of the day, you go to sleep with it at the end of the night. No one else, people can tell you to read this, read that, do this, do this, do that. But you got to go to sleep. With every decision that you made, everything that you do, you got to go to sleep with that at the end of the night. Hold up. 1 second. And really, a lot of the stuff that I speak on, it just comes from being mishandled. I don't know how many other people can relate to that. I will not be doing a live reaction to the Quran verse. If it's anything like super religious, that's not something that I'm focused on during this live stream. I appreciate you, putting that in the chat and everything. And that could be for other people to look into. But personally, I'm only going to talk about the books that I'm reading right now. That's what my main focus is, so that I'm not too far off from what I really wanted to get on. But being mishandled is something that I have experienced quite a lot for some time. And I used to think like maybe these people just really hate me. Like you're mishandling me because you really hate me. And then I had to remember some people don't hate you. They just hate that it's you that's doing well. They just hate that you're shining and you do not need their approval to do that. It doesn't have to be today, of course. And so, hello, just need someone to open up to, David. You might want to call a therapist if you don't believe in therapy. I don't know what to tell you, love. I am not a certified therapist. I am not. I am not subscribed to a therapist. I don't have the luxury of just calling one up right now and giving you some wonderful advice. The only advice I can give you is from a book. You know what I mean? That's it. That's the only thing that I can do is give you advice from a book. So basically just talking about the things that that kind of led me to being mishandled. It's just people not genuinely supporting, people not giving genuine kindness and love. And I used to think like it's wild. Like you can give this genuine love and support, but you were secretly rooting for me to fail. You were secretly rooting for me to fall. And stuff like that is why I've been mishandled. Yes, I might have allowed it for quite some time, right? I'm still to be responsible for allowing that behavior and not having boundaries, but being mishandled has led me to constantly keeping my nose in books and constantly writing notes, whether it's little sticky notes that's sitting right here on my computer, just constantly having sticky notes, constantly having pins and things everywhere, because I'm at a point in my life where I'm realizing that my words matter more to me than anybody else, and I don't need approval. I don't need approval. Not today, not ever. I have a goal to read more books this year. I'm starting with simple books, though, trying to build my literacy level. I love that for you, Bob. I love that for you. Yuki was good. The fact that your name is Yuki is crazy because I know so many Yukis. Just finished the Hail Mary project, not that bad. Okay. Who is that a book? Who wrote that? And my advice for starting off with simple books, it's crazy that you said that because one of the main reasons why I hurried up and picked this one up is because of how little it is. I like that I like that this is a self-help book, but it's not as loaded, right? And so if I'm like reading, if I'm reading 3 books at a time, I know for sure that I'll get through this fairly quickly. No problems. No problems at all. But overall, reading really and truly, if anything, reading has helped me with better notes. That's a whole thing. And I can dive down that another day. But reading books has helped me take better notes. It has helped me to truly like be more patient with people and to give people the floor and let them speak. Even if I don't agree, let them speak. Or what y'all be saying, let them cook. Sometimes you gotta let them cook, and that's fine. Let them do that. But reading has helped me with that and also has helped me to see that boundaries are needed. Boundaries is not because you want to just cut everybody off and you don't want to be close to anybody anymore. You don't want to share your life with anybody anymore. You don't trust people. Boundaries is more of protecting yourself. You're giving yourself the potential to really put up a nice little fence, just nice enough to where you don't have to second guess what people are doing because you give them time to show you that they're worthy of crossing over into, your safe space. Until then, do not give them the luxury of just jumping into your safe space. Hello, Anita. Sater, how are you? I'm well. How are you? Thank you for asking. And so that has helped me with how I've been mishandled, on top of reading the books, of course. And I know that sometimes being mishandled, like the way I see it too, it comes along with the backhanded comments, jealousy, subtle shade. That's something that I've noticed lately when I reflect, again, because I read these books, and especially Dan Coe's The Art of Focus, especially this one. This one has really helped me to reflect on the people that I have in my life or the people that are my big circle of influence, people that I talk to. Really diving back down this book, and I will admit, on live television, I did reread this book. So I stopped at like chapter somewhere in the back. I stopped at Create Your Ideal Future. Yep. I stopped here, right? And then I was like, I need to start all over. There's no way. I need to start all the way over. I bought The Demon of Unrest, but the English was too hard for me. What's a beginner-friendly book you recommend? Don't believe everything you think. I like how, again, it's not a lot of pages. I like that the font is pretty big too. It's not that small, for sure. And it's there's an expanded edition. So he has drawn these tools to help. He's added some blank pages so that you can make notes for yourself, which is something that I plan to do. I just picked this book up yesterday. I just picked it up yesterday. So I know that for sure I need to slow the heck down. I know I do. I know I do. Oh, you know what? Oh, I see. This is so weird. What is, sorry, Anita, what is your most favorite book? That is a really good question. You didn't sent me down a path. Oh, buddy. I gotta think now. Dang, what is a favorite book? I, I'm gonna kind of struggle with answering that because I'm gonna struggle with answering that because I really like every book I picked up ever. I love. Are they a favorite? Yeah, yeah, they are. They're all favorites. Personally, I think all of the books I pick up are like a favorite. I don't know. Do you read fantasy or mystery? Yes, I do. I have been reading Frida McFadden, and well, no, that's a lie. I picked up her books. I scanned them. I have not read them because I was told that if I like a lot of twists and turns in the Frida McFadden books, so I'm gonna start her series soon. As far as the fantasy, I just finished When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. That is a really, 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 really good book. Oh, if you read it, all I'm gonna say is welcome, welcome, welcome to the club. Frida McFadden and Sarah A. Parker. When the Moon Hatches, something. I also have the Empyrean series. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Fourth Wing, Onyx Storm. Those books, I will be starting those soon as well. I live off the pressure of not knowing. I enjoy seeking knowledge and the failure of application of that knowledge. I don't feel shame or negative emotions, but excitement of the discovery. Holy Moni Donut Shop. You know what's so funny that you're saying that? You were going to be a troll through my chat, and yet you're dropping a heavy gem in the chat. Why? Why was you going to come in and troll instead of like just dropping something like that immediately? That is because that is exactly why I keep saying like the art of focus is it. I live off the pressure of not knowing. I enjoy seeking knowledge and the failure of application of that knowledge. You don't feel shame or negative emotions, but excitement of the discovery. Did you take that from a book? Did you take that from a book? You need to write that down. And if you're writing, you need to hurry up and tag your name on that immediately because that is heavy. That is really good. I don't feel shame or negative emotions, but excitement of the discovery. That's literally the same path that I'm on right now because I grew up I grew up in an environment where not knowing is frowned upon. The religion that my mother had me growing up in, she had me, in church all the time. And when I didn't know the and this might not be the best choice of words, but when I didn't know the aesthetic of church, I was kind of judged. They didn't say it, but they would look at me and judge me. I wasn't wearing the pretty shoes, the dress, and the earrings that go well with the dress and the necklace, and wearing the proper eyeshadow and yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. That pressure alone made me feel like, well, since I don't know, I guess I'm just worthless because I don't know how to I don't know how to appease these people in this church and dress and follow the lingo and know how to play church, be church, act. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to not speak my voice or say how I feel or how I think. If I think you're unorganized and unethical, you're unorganized and unethical. There's nothing I can say otherwise. That's it. If you don't know what you're talking about, it's very obvious. If you're being judgmental, it's very obvious. But I got to be quiet because we in church. Okay. Like I could not. And so growing up in a house with that, like that just like constantly kind of like stabbing that in my brain, like the way of church, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to pull out every strand of hair slowly, very slowly. I'm going to pull it out just one by one because not knowing is key. When you don't know, it's actually really, really good. When you are in the path of discovery, that's like the best part of exploring the worlds outside of your world. Not knowing. Like, oh my goodness. So I like that you said that. Kudos to you for that. Like making soldiering PCBs failure, not knowing is a part of the fun. Soldiering PC, what is that? No, for real. But I mean, if anything, like failure is the fun part because you're like, okay, that didn't work. So that means you're closer to the answer. Again, which is why I love books. I hate reading. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I hate reading, but I know that socially accepted answers that I love. You can admit that you hate reading and just let it be that. Just let that, if that's your answer, just stand by your answer boldly. Very boldly. Can I ask why you hate it? And why does it got to be hate? Can it be like you strongly dislike it? You can't strongly dislike reading. You got to hate it. And that's fine. Just make sure, again, you're willing to stand boldly, you know. You cussing in Jamaican is crazy because I know exactly what that says. You call me a queen. I'm gonna let that chat stay there though. I appreciate it. Shadow, beautiful. Shadow, I've seen your name before in the chat. I've seen your name before in the chat. Uh-huh. You said, no, that's me. Yeah, you need to make sure you write that down. What comes to your mind first? What do you mean, Anita? I understand that. Cool. I will check it up. Fourth Wing is amazing. I write fantasy, in fact. Do you have any books published? And wait a minute, you read Fourth Wing? Have you read all of Rebecca's? Is it Rebecca Yarros? Who wrote Fourth Wing? I think it's a Rebecca. I don't remember. But have you read all of them? And if so, what you got to say for me? My trolling is I don't know how to pronounce that word, and I don't think I've ever seen it in my life until now. So now you just taught me a new word. Now I got to copy it and paste it in Google. Uno momento, por favor. Y'all hear my keyboard? I love how it feels. It makes writing fun, honestly. Paste that bad boy. I said paste it. A test. Come on, why is the AI overview? I can't stand this AI overview sometimes. Just give me the Google answer. A test for, or what? I'll using litmus. A dye obtained from certain mentions that is red under acid conditions, blue under alkaline conditions. What does it mean in slang? Because clearly that's not what you meant. Something that's used to quickly and definitively assess whether someone or something is acceptable. Hold on, wait. Something that's used to quickly and definitively assess whether someone or something is acceptable or meets a certain standard. Get out of here. He said, I'm about to do this test on you real quick. Hello and greetings from Germany. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my screen. You're on my screen. All right. One love, God you. One love. If you were stupid, I would have trolled you, but you can't troll an intelligent person or it's not as fun. Tomato, tomato. I love that for you. A dragon without a rider. A dragon without a rider is a tragedy. A rider without a dragon is dead. It leaves rent free. It lives. You put leaves, but it lives rent free in my head. A dragon without a rider is a tragedy. A rider without a dragon is dead. Dang. Is that something you wrote? I'm still not published. Oh, we were talking about your favorites. I don't have, all of them are my favorites, honestly. I mean, so far, When the Moon Hatched that's a favorite. I don't know if you guys have heard of When the Moon Hatched by Sarah, but it's really good. And I think her special edition is out as well. And I think this is her, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is her first book, which makes that even more better. When someone publishes a book and it's their first and it sells really well, it's really good. Unfortunately, I read something on Reddit. I made a big mistake and went on Reddit. And child, tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why there some people were just speaking so negatively about her book, saying like, "Oh, it's not it," or they don't like her writing style or something. And I was like, I liked it. Like, why gotta be so many negative people in the world for? One sec. Hello, Black Queen. Hello. Not all of her works. Okay, so just a few. A dragon without a right has to write his own jokes. Who your favorite rapper? Yeah, ignore him. Uh-oh, you was about to troll. Don't, Gorgon, don't troll. Just let it. I removed it. Don't worry about it. They're not coming back. I feel, oh, well, the irony is crazy. Do you understand irony? Just let it be. Let it be. Don't say anything. I don't have a favorite rapper. I don't have a favorite rapper, honestly. I love too many artists. It's hard for me to honestly put anything, whether it's books, food, color, or artists, rappers. It's hard for me to list who my favorite is. I'm sorry. I can't list a favorite. I love them all. You know how hard it is to create something, put it out in the world, and hope that it does good? I love all of them. They're all creative. Even if we don't like them or agree with their music anymore, like we liked them in the beginning, but we don't like them anymore. Even if they started off really high, then they fumbled the bag, quote unquote, fumbled the bag, even though they're still making money off their old music. Whatever the case may be for these people, okay? The fact that they were able to put their music out and get something, some type of compensation for it, get noticed, recognized, get feedback, negative, good, ugly, that takes so much energy, so much strength. I can't. I physically can't. I can't. Gorgon. Okay, I guess. It's the eye roll for me. Like, just please, you can, you know, I like love and positivity. So if I see you just constantly going ham on people that are being mean in the chat, it's gonna distract me. Especially if you say something really funny, I'm gonna be cracking up, laughing, forgot what I was gonna say, forgot what I was gonna talk about. You know what I mean? One day when I go live and I'm just editing a video and I'm not talking, you could just have at it. I don't even care. Somebody comes in and they start being reckless and I didn't catch it, just then you can do your troll thing. From the Fourth Wing. The quote was from the Fourth Wing? Okay, so I haven't read it. I haven't read it. I haven't read it. I have not read it. So, okay. Okay, so basically you're kind of telling me what the book is about. It's about people with dragons? People are riding dragons in this book? Is it like Aragon? Oh, oh my goodness. If that book is about dragons, I think that's what I'm going to read. So on my previous live stream, I was basically talking to people and trying to get them to help me pick my next book because I'm finished with A Sign of Affection. This one I'm almost finished with. Unfortunately, I don't know why I restarted it. I do know why, because there were some undercurrent things that I missed. But I got it this time. Best believe I got it this time for sure. And once I'm finished with this book, I'm going to start another book and I'm going to just read one book at a time. I'm not going to read 4 to 5 different books and do a study session because I really want to get these book talks out. And if you love reading books, you should join me on Patreon, the Nelly Drayton Show. Because the more people that join in on there, the better it will be for when I go live again and talk about books. Because instead of just going live and kind of giving it a public thing from time to time, it won't be as consistent. And when I go live, I will give you guys a private link because we'll be able to talk to each other in the groups, the group message on Patreon. So if you come into the group message, I put a link and it's going to be a link to a private live stream. So people who genuinely love to read books, people who are intelligent, showing signs of intelligence, people who are mindful, have some decorum, we will all be able to be in a little bubble and the live stream will not be open to people being weird. So join me and I'll put that in here. Ba, 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 ba. Why? Boom, boom, pow. So with that being said, the more people navigate towards Patreon, especially if you love books, Patreon. So on YouTube is going to be all about everything, but it's going to be mainly gaming, random live streams, the scheduled live streams, gaming live streams. So like playing Expedition 33. I'm still down in the dumps about that game. I don't know if I want to finish it or not. I'm going to finish it. I just got to push through. I'm going to finish Expedition 33. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it. I promise I'm going to finish it. But coming over to the Nelly Drayton Show on Patreon will give that book, that more of a book talk air. Like you don't have to worry about people talking about a bunch of other stuff. We can have side convos in the groups. That's fine. But it's going to be mainly book talk, mainly. On YouTube, gaming, live streams here and there. I'm cleaning my bearded dragon. I might go live while I'm cooking one day. Might go live while I'm editing a video. I'm making notes and I was like, it's a scheduled day. I'm supposed to be going live, but I don't want to play Expedition 33 because it's making me sad and I don't want to cry. So gonna, keep doing that where I go live while I'm making notes, while I'm typing up some stuff. And that's basically it. And everything else, honestly, skits, I don't know. YouTube is one of those things where you kind of just do it all. Really. And then you can have other platforms for the main things. Like Patreon is mainly the book world of the Nelly Drayton Show. So the note to self videos where I kind of like give it's almost like a discovery of what I got from a passage or from the main point of a book. Those are my note to self videos. Fair deal. Troll needs to be fed, but not today, unfortunately. I feed off of these idiots, but you're a beautiful person inside and out, so I will respect your space. I will be back after I get my funny. Hilarious. Oh, you're telling me about the book? Haven't you read it? No. That's what I'm saying. I brought it up because in my previous live stream on Monday, I think, or Tuesday, I pulled up a bunch of books and was like, which one should I read? No one was really answering. They were just like talking. But I was like, which book should I read next? Because I'm almost done with this. Once I'm done with this, I got to have a direction or else I'm going to feel like I'm lost in the sauce. And so I did bring out Fourth Wing, Onyx Storm, and I forgot what the other one is. Fire Flame or something Flame. But if you're suggesting it, I honestly might, honestly, you deserve more viewers than the 2 furry live streams I skipped before you. I don't know what that means. KFC or Popeyes? Neither. How you like them apples? So the book is basically about a girl and dragon riding a cat. Okay. Well, I know what I'm reading next. I know what I'm reading next. I'm going to read Fourth Wing. Is that the first book of the series? It has so many cool dragons and cool characters. I think you will love it. No book. Yes, video games. What video games do you like? Like I said, right now I'm playing Expedition 33. Want to cry my tears out. Not going to tell you why, because then that would mean I'm spoiling it, and I'm not going to do that. So either go rewatch my Twitch VODs or go watch my previous live streams of Expedition 33 and just brace yourself. If you don't know what's going to happen, if you don't have an idea, just brace yourself. Something else I wanted to touch on, because I think it's in here, and don't believe everything you think. So something that I really wanted to touch on. Are you playing Xbox or PS5? For Expedition 33, Xbox. Sean 101, to answer your question. Violet is main character, and despite being assumed as weak, dragons are going to choose her. Okay, don't tell me the book. Don't spoil it. Because if it's like super like, and she is so cool. Love that. See, now she's starting to sound like Ravy. And this is why I love reading, because if you ever read a book and it sounds like it's similar to another character, like they may know each other or they would make good friends in a different world. That's how I be feeling sometimes. No, it's just the beginning. Okay. I'm excited now. I'm definitely going to start reading it then. Once I'm finished with, this is a quick read too. I started this yesterday. I'm already on chapter 4, chapter 5. Chapter 4. I'm on chapter 4. So I'm already almost done with this book. I just got it yesterday. And I like that it's a quick read because, again, why you're thinking is the beginning and end of suffering. Because what you think oftentimes just might be a result of what you've been told. So I don't even know. That's why I love reading, because all my life I've been told so many different things. I've had men tell me that I'm masculine, that I'm not feminine enough. I've had men say I'm too dominant. I don't even know what that means, honestly. And I've had someone say like I have superiority complex. I got all these problems. Is basically what they're saying. Like I'm not good. I'm not a good female. I'm not a good woman. So they say. I'm not spoiling, don't worry. Okay. That sounds like some anime I'd watch. You talking about the game Expedition 33? I'm going to tell you. I'm glad that you said that, Bob. I'm going to tell you what Expedition 33. I said this in my previous live stream. I done said this like 1,000 times already. Expedition 33, the game, is a cousin of Attack on Titan. Okay? Expedition 33 is just like Attack on Titan. But low-key, 10 times worse. Much worse. Like I cried a little bit. Well, I didn't cry that much. Attack on Titans, I got frustrated and upset. And I just felt like despair on Attack on Titan. Expedition 33, I was holding my eyes like this while playing the game. Like when I was live, I had to like put my controller down and hold my eyes like this so that I wouldn't cry. It's really bad. What's up, baby? You fine, baby. You mine, baby. Whoa. Speak better English than that. Halo dud. Don't. If you want good to gameplay, it's called Mass Effect 1. Google. 1 second, please, as I Google it. Mass Effect, is it a series? Yeah, I see Mass Effect 2, 3, 4, 5. It's on Xbox. It's a military science fiction media franchise created by Casey Hudson. The franchise depicts a distant future where humanity and several alien civilizations have colonized the galaxy using technology left behind by advanced precursor civilizations. Oh? Is this a game where everybody dies? Oh, God. The game where everybody dies. I don't want that. You want something interesting and real. And actually, we should prepare for the return of, oh God. We're talking about books in this chat. I'm sure there's someone else that's streaming right now that you can go to and talk about that stuff. Right now, I'm not talking about it. Not right now. Another day, another time, another life. But overall, I'm getting a good little vibe from this game. I might play it, and it's on Xbox. Mass Effect, huh? I'm gonna watch a YouTube video on the trailer. Why does that guy look like the main guy from the movie Prom Night? Why does his face look like he looks like the guy from Prom Night? No, he don't. Never mind. Not with that chin. Never mind. I mean, and that's another thing. See, I play video games. So one time, you sound respectful. Thank you. So somebody had a conversation with some time ago, but I'm still gonna remember what they said because it says a lot about how they think and how they feel. So somebody a long time ago said, I was talking about like, why am I single? They kept saying, why are you single, Nelly? Nelly, you should not be single. Why are you single? And I was like, that's crazy. Like, rent's expensive, life's expensive, your mind is expensive, your health is expensive, and that's what you're asking me? Why are you single? So somebody had the nerve to ask me that. And I didn't mind the question back then. When I rethink the question now, I get a little irritated in my head. I be thinking to myself, why is that the first thing that somebody has to ask you as a woman? Floating on this ghetto rock. Just here. Just chilling. Paying my bills. Minding my business. Talking to people. What's up, people? Reading books. Hey, books. Paint my nails from time to time. Sometimes not. Getting tattoos because I like art. And just doing my thing. Why is that the one thing that somebody has to ask me at the age of, or whatever age I was when they asked that question? And they also said, well, let's say in a perfect world, you find somebody, you find you a great man, and he's very supportive of what you're doing on YouTube, very supportive of everything that you got going on. But, how often do you live stream? How often do you do your stuff? At the time, I went live 5 days a week, 5 to 6 days a week. Now I'm doing 3. I'm going to pick it back up during the summer. And so at some point it was, he was asking, Okay, so let's say that you in a relationship with this man, and then this man says, "You going live, 5 days a week, 5, 6 days a week. I want you to go live only 3 days a week. I want you to do that." Like, this is what my friend is saying. What if a man is telling me I'm in a relationship with this man, and this man is saying, "I want you to only go live 3 days a week. Cut it down. And you don't even do your podcast as much. Just go live a couple days." And I was sitting there thinking to myself, why the if I like doing what I'm doing, if I thoroughly enjoy what I'm doing, why would any man want to pull me away from that? If I find purpose in this, right? This is an investment. I'm not just going live. I'm talking to people about books because I know that one day this will be a big thing. This will be unique because it's books. You can never go wrong when it comes to talking about books. Everybody can relate to a book in their life. Everybody can read a book. So why would any man want me to not go live, play games, have a podcast, create, make films? Like, what? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, well, you got to be willing to compromise. That was the main topic of discussion. He was asking me about compromising for a man. And I'm not in a relationship, right? So these are just hypothetical questions. Are you willing to compromise for a man? You willing to compromise how often you play your video games? You willing to compromise how many times you go live and play your games? You go live on Twitch, go live on YouTube? You willing to compromise? And I was like, no. And he was just like, well, you going to be single for the rest of your life then, huh? And I was just like, I guess I am. Like, uh, you know, so because because of my response to them, he said, that makes me kind of masculine or dominant. That's not very ladylike or feminine. And I was just like, how more feminine can I be? I paint my nails, I get my hair done, I wear really pretty outfits. And these are things I do for myself. I wear jewelry. I got jewelry in my ears. I do things that women do. I do things. I look like a woman. I am a woman. I talk like a woman. I feel like a woman. Men like to dominate, control. It makes us happy. Satisfy our ego in some way. Men can say whatever they want. Oh, wow. Somebody said, no. He's a good friend. His advice will turn up to be correct. Well, that's crazy because that's not... Explain. In what world? And he's not my best interest. Men built this world, so if he's your best interest, maybe you should listen. He's not. That's the thing. That's what's going to make this funny. He's a whole married man. Okay? He's a whole married man. And I'm not going to put his business out here. Just know that he is not the typical man that I would want to talk to or approach, even if he was single. So, at the end of the day, if I'm doing something that I like, why does that make me masculine or dominant? Femininity is not about an outfit. It's not about, wearing heels every day. It's still being feminine in your energy, being nurturing, being caring, being sweet, being genuine, being kind, and having boundaries, being safe, being a safe space for people, being a safe space for children. Like, being feminine, it goes beyond what I do in my free time. And so, that's one of the reasons why I read books, because that level, like that thinking, that way of thinking is not it. You just put his business out there. No, I didn't. I just said that he was married. That's it. So, what kind of men you want in your life? I got my dad. That's all I need. I got my pops, and my pops told me what to do when it comes to men in general. That's the one thing I will always love about my dad. My dad will always tell me the truth, and he will always make it known. And my dad said he's proud of me. My dad said that he loves that I love to read. My dad said that he loves that I love to play video games because that's what we used to do all the time. Me and my dad used to play on his PlayStation. He would teach me how to play NBA Street Ball. And then there was a game, Harvest Moon. That was a game that I played a lot. And I still love that game till this day because my dad bought it for me. And so, being really, here, let me hold up one second. And so, my dad telling me that I'm perfect the way I am is all the confirmation that I need. I had male friends who were intimidated. Do I come off masculine? I like, not to be cocky, but a lot of people that come in the chat, the first couple of things they say is, you're beautiful, you're pretty, I like your hair. Why are they not saying you're handsome? Because I don't have to be whatever idea. I don't have to have that idea of I gotta wear, my hair is super big or wear the big earrings or have on the bright diamonds and all that stuff. I don't have to be liked to be valuable. I just have to be real. I have to be realistic. I don't have to shrink to make sense to somebody else. And oftentimes that's the type of thing that people do. They want to shrink you. They want to water you down. They want to, they want to put a label on you so that you make sense to them. Most men don't have fragile egos or anger issues. That's women. Let's be honest. You just contradicted yourself. No, not really. I got daughters too. Men can be a great day, but it's hard to be a good husband. Why is it good? Why is it hard to be a good husband? What makes it so hard? As a man, the only guys I like to keep around don't have fragile ego. Or, oh, you're responding to someone else. Don't have fragile ego or anger issues. Oh, slim pickings. I'm glad that you said that, honestly. Because that's something I've observed when I hear them talk to each other and things that they've said about each other. I will give props to this one guy when I told him, and like I was venting because I was upset. I was just really upset. I was in my feelings. I was being a woman, sharing my feelings. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I was like, I just don't feel like doing things with people anymore. I was like, I don't have male friends anymore. They're all weird. They all say weird things. And it's crazy because it's not like I'm looking for their approval or I want them. They have women that they talk to or they're married. I don't need, their opinion about me. I just need advice on how to cope with things that they could relate to or, things like that. Like just surface level conversations. And he was like, well, what's wrong? And I told him, I was like, well, I'm just thinking about the fact that, someone that I genuinely trusted, like I trusted their word and their advice, they were saying like, I'm just too masculine. I'm too dominant. And he was like, no, you're just very certain of who you are. So it's just like, if you got some men out here that can hear what other men say about women that are their friends, not just some random girl that you just met off the internet or, but this woman, you've hung out with her, you've seen her, you've been there for her, and she's just genuinely your friend. It's just strictly platonic. You can't go outside of what you think femininity is. You can't just look at her and say, you are your own unique person, and that's okay. I've never in my life have heard these things except from people who either wanted me or, and I won't say want me, like I knew. It came out as like a confession, kind of, sort of, in a conversation. But they admit at some point, like, I was kind of hoping that we wasn't going to just be friends, stuff like that. And it's just like, but then you said I was masculine. So I'm thinking I'm not your friend. I'm not thinking that I'm just, a friend, I'm thinking I'm not your type if you're going to try to say those types of things, right? So overall, my point is, if anything, is just that there's always that conversation of what a woman should be and how she should feel and all that stuff. But in reality, that's what books are for. Books are here to help you navigate other ways of thinking because your way of thinking is not always going to be the solution. And you have to be okay with that. Your way of thinking might do more damage than good. And are you willing to accept that? Are you willing to understand that? Or are you going to just keep saying things and say words? Don't think about how it might make someone feel. Don't think about how it might completely disrupt a friendship. Don't think about what that might do to them later in life and how they continue to live on. You have to really be careful on what you think and don't believe everything you think. Boundaries aren't walls, they're bridges that allow us to connect meaningfully without losing ourselves. I love that very much. Bob said the guy will always be looking for an opportunity. Oh, I don't think men and women can be friends. I'm learning that. My father told me that as well. I ruined my life because I was so insecure, try to control my woman, end up losing everything. I'm sorry to hear that. Aren't you the same person that just said, oh, okay. No, somebody else's, whoever the other person was kind of being. It's all men's fault, not women. And y'all wonder why men don't bother. I didn't say that. That's what you're hearing. Okay, let's be real, guys. Did I say that it's all men's fault? One man is saying that some men will say this and they tell me the undercurrent of what they're saying. So if a man is like, Nelly, you're too masculine, but then another guy is like, don't listen to him. He's just insecure and he wants to smash. I'm not saying it's all men's fault. I'm saying that you got to be careful what you say because you're going to miss out on healthy friendships and relationships if you're constantly projecting because you might not understand somebody. If you don't understand somebody and then you're just going to just constantly put labels on them, then how else are you going to make it far in life? How are you going to get connected to business partners? So, that's really the point of why I bring up reading Saved My Soul, the title of this live stream. Books that save my soul, healing through words. Because words are powerful. Plenty men and female friends, bro. I can't deal with this. Okay. That's fine. But I do like what you said, Alexandros. Boundaries aren't walls. They're bridges that allow us to connect meaningfully without losing ourselves. That part. That's definitely a whole thing. Men, women need to work together. Compatibility, understanding, trust is a must. Absolutely. I strongly agree. There are so many men that I've met in my life that I wish that I could have used them. I wish that I could have used them as a mentor. My tattoo artist, I love him oh so much. This man, I had so many questions. And when I was talking to him, I was like, I don't know. I really just don't even know. But I want to figure it out. And some of the advice he would give me, he sounds like a sensei almost. That's one thing I love about him. He gives me sensei vibes. And even though he's a tattoo artist. And he was like, sometimes the things that we think are the solutions in the past will not be the solution will not always be the solution as life continues. Because I was just thinking about doing something and it's not working out. And he was like, well, it would have worked maybe in the past, but it might not work now. And you got to ask yourself, do you feel that it will really be worth it in the end? What do you do that's so natural that it's as easy as breathing for you? And when my tattoo artist said that, I was like, this man is a goat. He took me down. He he took me down this path of really just thinking. And then he showed me some books that he read. He reads Robert E. Greene books, which is why he probably gives the best advice, honestly. But that's just really just my point. You like what anyone says that reinforce your narrative? No. Really, I'm just agreeing with people that understand where I'm coming from. Didn't somebody just said understanding is a must? That's really what it is. Because you don't have to agree with me, but if you understand what I'm saying, then it's like, oh, like I can understand like you're saying what you're saying and you feel the way you feel. Rightfully so. You may have lived a life that has, put you in a position to where you really have to see life the way you see life. And that's okay. And I understand that. I might not agree, but I understand where you're coming from. But that's why I will say a mentor. If anything, having a mentor that reads books as well. Having a mentor that reads books as well is very important. So important because you're getting somebody with context. You're getting somebody who knows how to pull things apart, passages, paragraphs. They're able to really navigate their emotions and how they've made it thus far, right? Like my mentor is someone who owns a tattoo shop. So he is somebody who is a business owner. He has children. He has a wife. So he's very balanced within himself. And even if things don't go the way he wants them to, he will always, like when I talk to him, he'll always say things like, it is what it is. And he's like, women, for me, because I'm super emotional and sensitive. And he'll say like, sometimes I want you to try to look at it like from a logic perspective so that you're not emotionally getting hurt. Because as a woman, you're naturally going to think with your emotions. And so when you do that, sometimes you're going to get hurt a little bit quicker. Hello, Shamel. How are you? Music. Is that quote from C.S. Lewis? What quote? Oh, I was wondering. Hey, how are you? Hello. Women like this wonder why, but you already said it. It's truly about being feminine, fit, and friendly as a woman. That's what most real men want, not simps. Most real men want feminine, fit, and friendly, and not simps. I've never heard of a woman being a simp. Is that a thing? I've never heard of a woman being a simp. And I probably could be reading it. I might just be reading it a little too fast. Or if you could elaborate so that I can understand a little bit better. Ciao. Is ciao hello in French? Someone said ciao the other day. Google. But overall, oh my gosh, I did it again. I was only supposed to go live for an hour. You guys be simp men. See, I still have an issue with that. And really, it doesn't matter, honestly. I think that everybody has their labels. Everybody has their labels. And if that's how you think, then that's how you think. That's how you process life. That's how you process life. But I do strongly encourage, especially with creativity more than anything, which is kind of why I'm doing, a live stream talking about books, is because it has helped with my creativity more than you know. And my mentor has suggested Mr. Rick Rubin. Oh, shout out to my tattoo artist. He also is, he knows karate, taekwondo. I think he knows jiu-jitsu as well. He's a very skilled home man. But because of him, I've been diving more and more down just the idea of just doing everything creative-wise, reading books, playing video games, note to selves, all that stuff. So for people who, let me put it back. Let me pin it back. I typed it in here. I got to scroll up now. Hold up. There we go. Go to channel, replace pin. Boom. So for those who I see 69% of people saying they love books and then 31% saying not really. So what that means is 60, I can't see it, where'd it go? A good amount of people love reading, which means you guys should join me on the Nelly Drayton Show at on Patreon. The Nelly Drayton Show on Patreon, because over there we're really going to be diving down more and more books, just like the manga. I know I told you guys about, well, I told other people earlier in the live stream, I just finished my first manga, Monsters We Make by Corey Kenshin. And and I finished A Sign of Affection as well. That's another manga. And I'm almost done with Dan Coe's The Art of Focus. If you haven't subscribed to Dan Coe, he's amazing. Dan Coe really, he really goes down the rabbit hole of how people think naturally and what is keeping them chained and keeping them the same. Change is inevitable. Inevitable. Spell that or say that word 5 times fast. Being a person of change truly is top tier. And that's something that I strive for when I read these books and when I share my insights, what I'm getting from these books, the things that I say in regards to how I was treated, how I've been treated, and seeing the lifestyle. So if people are saying things to me about me, or they're trying to label me or, dim my light, I also look at the lifestyle. Are your finances in order? Do you take care of yourself? Do you go to the doctor? Do you check yourself? Do you drink water? Do you eat healthy? Do you do the things that's necessary to keep you, healthy? On top of your brain, do you read? Do you tell yourself that, you know what you're talking about and you're confident? Or are you second guessing everything that comes out of your mouth? It's like the things that I've gone through in my life has put me in a position to where now I'm really confident in myself and I don't have to second guess anything anymore. I fought to get this voice, and there's nothing that anybody can do to water it down. Nothing that anybody can do to stop me from talking and saying encouraging things and just making sure that people know that you don't have to be the same person. You don't have to be the person you was yesterday. You don't have to be the person you was last week, last night. You can get up and change. It's okay. You're allowed to change. And that was something for the longest that I did not feel. I thought that I had to be the same, look the same, stay the same, be the same role. And I'm so glad I took the chains off. I'm so glad I put on new glasses. I'm so glad that I picked up my love for reading again. I'm so glad that I live stream video games. I'm so glad that I have a Patreon, If anything, all of this is just encouraging people. Just read. And if you don't like reading, audiobooks, that's okay. You don't have to love reading. I'm pretty sure that's one of the main reasons why whoever created audiobooks, or just the word. I don't even know how long the word audiobooks existed. That's a whole nother rabbit hole that I might dive down, and I don't want to do that. I'm definitely going to check out I'm scrolling back down to the chat. I'm definitely going to check out Mass Effect 1. Thank you, Sean. And I'm glad that it's on Xbox, for sure. I'm glad that it's on there. What is your name? My name is Nelly. Let me see. Okay. Yo, A. What's going on? Okay. Other than that, again, please join the Nelly Drayton Show on Patreon for the details, for all the good stuff that's coming, with all the books that I'm reading, advice, tips, notes, all of that stuff. Stuff that basically I would tell myself, but I'm willing to share it. Cool. So make sure you guys like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay creative, stay safe. And I will be going live again on Saturday to finally pick up a game. I'm going to be playing South of Midnight. I'm going to play it without the hard combat. I'm going to play it on the lowest difficulty and go from there. So we're going to really dive into the story because I didn't get to do that when I first played the game. I kind of just rushed through it. But nope, not a famous quote, just a personal thought. Okay. Have a good night. Thanks for the book recommendation. Have a good night as well, Bob. Thank you for coming in. Thank you guys for being super mindful in the chat, all that good stuff. And again, Saturday at 2, south of midnight. Cool. Cool. Until next time.